Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to December, welcome to Tuesday, and welcome to the full cold moon. Oh yeah, here we go. The full cold moon, it is a super moon this year. It is large and in charge. Woohoo! And because we are in December, it is gonna give a lot of time with this amazing, huge, beautiful moon. Love it. Of course, we do have the full cold moon rising on Thursday in its fullest glory, and we will have the pleasure to embrace and dance with this moon until Saturday. Love it. Now, the deck I chose for this reading, this is the Winter Waite. I love this deck. It just brings me joy and happiness. I only kind of bring it out in December, January-ish in the winter time. Of course, Winter Waite. And then I have the Enchanted Map Oracle because, well, we should probably map things out a little bit, and it's kind of worked in my head this morning. All right, let's wake the cards up and check into the full moon. And because many of us are looking at the colder nights, those moons get really crisp and really bold. As long as it's not overcast and, well, for me, snowing, and I'm sure other people get rain. We get snow here. Oh, Canada. The back of this card is, our deck is very nauseating. It just vibrates my brain wrong. It does bring on the headaches. Okay, can have that one too. Fortunately, I can move things over a smidge. The first, oh, nice. The World in reversal. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Many of us are feeling that. Many of us are feeling that. We have Temperance in reversal. Part of the reason we're feeling so heavy and blah is that energy flow is discombobulated and disassociating itself. Oh yeah. And another reason would be the Seven of Wands. We have Judgment. And can I tell you how much I love the fact that Judgment, the people are peach opposed to blue because they're in the snow. Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. Perfect. So of course you can see some of the challenge here, right? And because we are feeling so discombobulated, flat, funky, and in many cases almost not aggressive but more reactive, we're stalling that change, that shift that we so desperately need and want. It's still possible, especially if we start to work with what's presently in front of us, work with the messages, work with the people. We will be able to start to move past that struggle and stumble. Now, the full cold moon does want to support you in shifting gears, passing through, and going to that next stage, if you will, that next chapter. And of course, the moon's energy is really wanting to help with some of this release, some of this energy flow. For my friends who do like to use crystals and other methods, having a moonstone and maybe even an amethyst beside your bedside can help with some of this energy flow. You could add in a clear quartz as well for that energy shift and kind of zhuzh if you'd like. Additionally, if you want, you can put some water in, I would suggest a glass vessel, like a glass container. Now, depending on where you live and who you live with, it can be very challenging to put it outside. If you live in the city, you never know what's going to land in it. You could put a cap on it, like a lid, or you could just put it in your windowsill. It doesn't have to be outside. And it's okay if it freezes because it is December. That water will charge with the lunar energy, and that can really help with some of that shifting. You can then drink the water. So you want to make sure that the glass vessel you have it in is clean, and hasn't had anything in it that you couldn't drink, and that you know where the water has been. Now, if you have pets, especially cats, if they can get their little face into it, they will drink it. Because why? Hey, there's a water source here. Dogs will knock things over. Kids will put their fingers in it. So making sure you have some control over it because you're going to consume it. Or you could just add some to your bath, add it into the bath water. Just recognize it's probably going to be pretty cold, so you might have to add a little extra hot. It will help with that energy flow, help with some of that funky flat, and then also some of that aggression grr that happens because we're feeling really kind of off and, well, funky. The full cold moon is very clear that we do need to get you back on your feet and enjoying this time, because this is a time that is for miracles and manifestation. And that is exactly what we're focusing in on in my tarot challenge. So if you guys are people who like to work with cards, tarot or oracle cards, I do have a monthly tarot challenge on my social medias, and that's listed below. It is on my YouTube channel here in the community section. And we are focusing in on the miracles and the manifestation. Can also bring in the joy and the happiness. Like, there's a lot of things that this month brings, and we don't want to miss out. Yes, there's a lot of expectation and demand, and that's adding to some of this overwhelmness that we're going to have to acknowledge and deal with. Yeah, coming to life, bringing things back into movement and purposeful, meaningful, fulfilling events, time, and energy. Healing the ouch. There's no one specific thing that you're going to have to do to help feel more on your feet and more energized. It's going to be bringing it up, or like bringing in your tools and your first aid kit as you need it. So if you have gone to the grocery store and you have come back feeling overwhelmed and just discombobulated, put your perishables away in the fridge freezer and then go take an intentional shower where you're dumping all the extra energy. Because again, that energy, we like to, attract and suck it up from everybody else. So this is the time of year where there's a heightened point of reactivity. Lots of beliefs of, I'm better than you and I need this and you don't, and grr, fight, fight, fight. We don't want that energy. We don't want it in our space, in ourselves, around us. So taking that intentional shower or bath, which just basically means as you're stepping into that shower or bath, ask any and all high vibrational beings to release what is not serving you and to fill you with what will help you get on your feet. Other pieces, you could use your crystals as you need. Like I said, when you're sleeping, having that moonstone, an amethyst, and maybe a clear quartz can really help, again, on a different level to bringing in some healing. Additionally, you can kick that sleep piece up by asking the high vibrational beings to do the same, to help clear you out of what's not serving you and fill you with what will. Magical map shifter. The little things that you do now are going to make a bigger difference going forward. Why? Because you're not feeling so blah and funky. You're starting to write that next chapter. And in doing that, doing these little pieces, you're starting to rewrite what you are expecting and what will happen for you throughout the month. Setting those boundaries, using your words, and engaging in the opportunities for celebration and joy. We want to make sure that we're not trying to recluse ourselves, that we're not trying to overwhelm ourselves. There's a fine balance, and we need to find that balance for ourselves. And that's what temperance and the full moon is encouraging you to do. We do need to find our balance, and my balance and your balance are going to be very different. And that's great. That's amazing. That's what makes us different and fantastic. So for you, what is that going to look like? And that's what the full moon wants to help you figure out. The Queen of Swords in reversal, the King of Pentacles in reversal, the Five of Cups, and really, did I say balance? The Two of Pentacles. So the Queen and King are on their head. Not the greatest. Please know that parental figures, they can be and will be a swing in this next week. Additionally, any control figure, so a boss, manager, teacher, that type idea, can be, again, very reactive. Please do not react to that. Let them be, and take deep breaths so that you can create a better pathway going forward rather than just rinsing and repeating some of the battle, some of the challenge. The Queen of Swords does remind you to use your head, to take that deep breath. And remember, that's a huge thing. Breath is going to be huge throughout this next week, as it helps to keep you in control of you and connected into your third eye thinking center, that frontal part of your brain. That's where you're going to problem solve. That's where you're going to create. And we need that to overcome some of these challenges and, well, the Karens that we're going to be dealing with. The King of Pentacles does talk about the need to be stable, feel grounded, feel in control of self. We don't. We know that. We've got the Ten of Swords in upright. Okay, what do you need to do? This is the action piece. Guys, it doesn't matter what gender you identify with. We have all 78 cards. So we have them within ourselves. This is action. This is more the intuitional, emotional aspect, because we've got feminine and masculine. We have to take those actions, those steps to maintain and sustain our grounded stability so that we can take the action that we need to do the things that we want to do, to have the fun, to the play, to the joy and the happiness. It's going to help us see the two upright cups. Again, that balance, that connection, and the relationships, rather than the challenge, the trauma, the pain, the heaviness, the blah. What is catching your attention? Because whatever's catching your attention is where you're putting the most amount of energy. And right now, it's those 3 overturned cups, those swords. Use your tools to start to focus in on the relationships, on the joy and the happiness. It's going to help you maintain a better balance and help you to get the most out of the month ahead. And there's a lot of amazing opportunities that are going to raise their little heads that you want to open those doors and enjoy. And you need to be in control of you and able to take those steps forward to do that. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me for the final full moon in 2025. Much for joining me today and exploring the full cold moon with me. I hope that this does inspire you and helps you to get yourself moving in the right direction. And like always, my friends, if you haven't done so, please give the session a thumbs up and let me know what you're most excited for the month ahead. And if you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any further content, as there's so much more coming in December. You won't want to miss any of it. And if you're looking for a supportive community, I do have a Patreon page that I have left a link below. There you get a lot of extras and a lot of support. Again, I want to thank you for exploring the full cold moon with me, and I hope that this month brings you all the joy and all the happiness that it possibly can. Until tomorrow, my friends.